Hello and welcome to this BTCSoftware and ICAEW joint video. My name is Daniel Keane and I will be going through how BTCSoftware can help you and your practice grow during a pandemic. So throughout this video we're going to discuss quite a few topics. We'll be looking at introducing BTCSoftware. If you're not already familiar with BTCSoftware, if you've never heard about us or maybe don't currently use our software, we'll be investigating a little bit about our company, types of product we offer, the services and a particular solution. We're going to look at remote working and the impact remote working has on your practice and your clients. We're going to look at some tips around how you can work efficiently and effectively, and then we're going to be investigating the Solution Suite Lite. So the Solution Suite Lite is a specific product. We're going to look at what's involved within the Solution Suite Lite and who that product is specifically for. We're going to identify integrations that are going to help your practice reduce costs in the long term, and we're going to finally help you with the digital change. So we've got our accounting solution for you. So we'll discuss the Solution Suite Lite, the services around that, including stuff like cloud access and other bits and pieces as well. So without further ado, we'll jump straight into the presentation. So a little bit about BTCSoftware. So that's some of the team there at the Accountancy Software Excellence Awards. You can guess which one's me. I'm looking very ginger and I'm the one on the left there. And that is some of the team. Yeah, we are very happy to pick up 3 on the night, and hopefully we can do the same when the awards get back up and running again. So a little bit about us, if you're not already familiar with BTCSoftware. We were founded in 1999. We have around 2,500 practices that are reliant on our software and around 1,000 accountants in business that are using BTCSoftware, and that equates to over 15,000 users. We're all UK based, including our support and development team. Very proud of the fact that we're multi-award winning in several different categories. So to give you kind of an idea of our timeline in terms of the start to present day, in 1999, we specialised in corporation tax, and then following that, we added self-assessment and practice management, and accounts production then came into that as well. So I think it was 2004 was self-assessment, probably in between 2004 and 2014, I think it was around 2009, we added practice management. And then in 2014, we added kind of the final piece to the puzzle of what's now known as the Solution Suite, which is kind of a one-stop shop for compliance needs. It covers all of your tax compliance software, and it now covers the accounts production as well. In 2017, we added MTD for VAT and then offered cloud access as well. So as well as having a desktop solution, you can opt for the cloud solution as well, where we host the database in the cloud, allowing you to access the software remotely, which is obviously very important with the current situation. In 2018, we added our company secretarial module. 2019, we then integrated that with a practice management solution. And obviously 2020 and onwards, we're looking at MTD for business, developing our BTC Hub product, which currently houses the MTD VAT solution. And we're looking to add the quarterly and monthly self-assessment tax return filings when that comes around as well. So to kind of give you an idea of the types of clients that we do work with, this is the split between accountants in practice and then accountants in business. So we don't just have accountants in practice that use our software, we also have accountants in business, whether that might be just for the VAT filing or it might be for filing their corporation tax returns and maybe the director's self-assessment tax returns as well. So that's a 70-30 split that you can see there with a almost exact number. I think these particular numbers were taken a couple of months ago now. So okay, so we're going to now look at the new normal. So we're going to look at remote working. We're going to look at the impact on your practice and your clients and why it's important to act now, act early and get ahead of the curve. So just a few statistics for you. During the initial stages of the coronavirus, it was reported on average 39% fewer people were at their places of employment, so whether they're at their shops or their offices or their head office. So 88% of companies have encouraged or required their employees to work from home in response to the coronavirus. So that gives you a really, really high number now that we're looking at people working remotely, working from home, away from the office in terms of everyone working together under one roof. Only 1 out of 4 employees before the outbreak were set up to work from home, and studies show that over 95% of employees would look at working remotely as a positive experience, which is a really good stat. 65% of workers said that they would be more productive in a home office than a normal office, and 75% of workers say they would be more productive due to reduced distractions, so something that we'll look at in the next couple of slides. 83% of employees feel that they do not need an office to be productive, and 2/3 of employers report increased productivity for remote workers compared to in-office remote workers. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's a very positive experience, but we will need to make sure that we are making the most out of that positive experience, and obviously bringing in as a business owner, as an accountant in practice, as many clients as we possibly can, and communicate well using a slightly different method to what you're used to. Maybe going out and meeting with the clients is now going to have to change, and we're going to look at in the next couple of slides how those changes have come about and what you can do. So to give you kind of an example from our end, BTC Software's equipped to work from home and really has been since March of this year. And we're planning to continue working from home as a business for actually 4 out of the 5 days. So over the next 3 slides, we'll look at the change to your typical working days, so some tips for working remotely, and then actually some of the perceived benefits as well. Now, you're actually more than welcome to reach out directly if you'd like to find out how BTC Software has made the transition to working from home. And if you do have any questions, obviously I will have a contact page at the end so that you can ask any questions that you may have. So the change. So I've listed a couple of bullet points here. The first one that I do have is lack of natural interaction. I put the water cooler moment there. It could also be going up and make yourself a cup of tea or make yourself a coffee. Lost in translation is obviously something that's really important. What I mean by that is we know from experience that sometimes an email doesn't carry the same emotional weight as a face-to-face conversation. So you can run the risk of appearing short, aloof, blunt maybe. So again, that's something that you need to check, that when you're communicating with people, you're communicating with emotion and that you're making sure you're getting the message across without sounding, or the risk of sounding short. So a different type of organized is something that I've put on there. So working from home is all about being self-motivated and incorporating your own challenges. You may need to find a block or block out a time in your day to spend on one particular task. I know that's something that I have to do. I have to block maybe an hour of the day to work on something specifically, and explain to the rest of your employees or the rest of your staff members that you will be working on that time, and communicate that with your staff so that they understand that you maybe won't be answering telephone calls, or you won't be able to attend meetings in that particular hour, and you may need to organize cover if needs be as well. And then we've got new external factors as well. So working from home can come with sort of many distractions. I know when I call my colleague Tim, I often hear Raffles barking in the background. I should actually qualify that Raffles is his dog and not his partner. He does sound like a Rottweiler, but actually he's a sausage dog. So there we go. But joking aside, you do need to accept that when calling someone, whether it's calling someone over the telephone or it might be a Zoom call, that there may be external factors in play. I mean, if it's not a dog, it might be an Amazon delivery man. So next we're going to look at some guidance. So this is some tips and trips in terms of how you can motivate your team. You can work effectively and efficiently from home. Now the first thing that I put is meet with your team daily, your team members, and then as a team at least weekly. You might not to meet as a kind of a whole team, or however many. If there's 5 in your team, for example, you might not need to meet with all 5 of your team as one every day, but it's important to discuss things weekly. It might be a Monday morning meeting, or it might even be a BTC Software. We have a Monday morning meeting, and then we also have maybe a midweek meeting, or sometimes a Friday afternoon catch-up that's company-wide. If you can do that over cloud-based applications, which is the second point, such as Zoom, Teams, and Skype, obviously it's great to utilize those solutions. I'm sure many of you are doing meetings on Zoom or Teams or Skype or any of those options. There are many others that are out there as well. It's good to kind of have that facial interaction rather than just talking to people over the phone. It motivates people to see their colleagues in the flesh. We also recommend that you use GDPR compliant client portals to easily send and receive documents to you and your clients. So at BTC Software, we integrate with a couple of different companies that cover this. One of them is MyDocSafe, and the other one is DocuSign. And what those allow you to do is to actually send documents to your clients directly from the software. So it might be something like an engagement letter, or it might be a full set of accounts maybe. and you would send that document through a secure portal as opposed to emailing it, so it is GDPR compliant, it can't be intercepted. And then what would happen is your client would simply receive an email, and they can pick up that email on their phone, their laptop, their tablet, so they can work remotely as well, sign into their account, electronically sign the document off, and then send it straight back to you. So it's a really quick and efficient method that should save you a lot of time and also ensure that you're GDPR compliant and you're giving your client a professional portal for them to use. So they're not going to be asking you for all these different documents as you would have already sent them, and they'll have a document library within their client portal. Now, work-life balance is obviously something that's really important. You need to balance your working life with your leisure life. A couple of tips in terms of that is to have an office environment, have somewhere that you can go to, that you can shut the doors, you can shut off, sit down, and you can work, and you know that's your work zone, and then you can go elsewhere in the house if you want to go and get a cup of tea, have a 5-minute break, get up and walk around. It's good to take those regular breaks rather than sitting at one space for the entire day. And I think that a couple of tips as well that do come into play is make sure that you're dressed appropriately. Wear your shoes if you have to. It kind of really gets you in the mood. It gets you in the right space to be working effectively. You don't want to be sitting there in your slippers and dressing gown, as I'm sure as tempting as it is. It's not going to give you the best approach, and it won't in your head motivate you. You won't be in the right space to be working to your maximum potential. And then something that we do actually utilize on those Friday afternoons at BTC Software is the how full is your tank. It's something that I would recommend that you use, whether if you've heard of it already or if you haven't heard of it. It's something that I would recommend to use with your company. So if you meet with all of your employees, and maybe once a month go through the how full is your tank conversation. So essentially you would list one positive experience, you would list a great work experience, so a positive personal experience would be the first one, so something that happened that you're happy about or that you've achieved outside of work. Then one that you've achieved inside of work, so something that you experienced, a great achievement that you experienced at work. And then the third question that you answer is how full is your tank? So how full is your tank in terms of energy levels, happiness, well-being, and you would score out of 10. Then obviously you would write those scores down, and then you would discuss if anyone within the practice, within the business can help you. And it allows team members to aid in happiness, it alleviates stress and pressure, and it also brings the business together. So the first question on positive personal experiences kind of gives you that sort of small talk conversation, the water cooler chat that you would have. You get to experience that. You get to understand what your colleagues and your peers are up to and where they're at in terms of both business and personal terms. So some benefits of actually working remotely. So the first one that I've got is potential cost savings. Not buying lunch every day, or not buying a coffee from Costa or Cafe Nero or wherever you buy your coffees. And lunch as well is something. So rather than getting a lunch on the go, you might prepare something at home. Another obvious one is that we don't need to buy public transportation tickets, whether you commute maybe into London or wherever you are based in the UK. And obviously, if those of you who drive as well, you won't have to use fuel or pay for fuel to travel to work. The lack of commute is also my third point there. I'll jump straight to that, is because it kind of segues me into the lack of commute with the potential cost savings, as well as obviously the expense of the lack of commute. It alleviates the panicking about late trains or traffic and struggling to get to work on time because of those roadblocks. You'll have more time than you've ever realised. So actually quite a big surprise to me specifically is how much longer I work and spend time at my desk versus going into an office every day. You'll be more productive, and you'll even have more time to invest in building your business by not communicating or wasting time with any office politics or gossip. You can take better care of yourself, so you're able to live and eat more healthily. You can dedicate more time to breakfast in the mornings. You may also want to make healthy lunch choices as well. So if you prepare it yourself versus buying something to go, maybe some fast food, that's going to be a lot better for you in the long run. You can drink more water, and you can even factor in exercise in the morning or even on your lunch. I know for me, I've quite often, maybe not as much as I should, maybe once a week, but it's better than before. I can go for a run during my lunchtime. And it kind of a run puts you in a good positive space. It allows you time to think, to take a break, move away from your workspace, and then when you're back, you're fresh and ready to go and ready to tackle that second half of the day. There's other activities that you might want to do. You might want to take up a yoga class in the morning or in the lunch times or after work. And stuff like circuit training in your back garden is a good idea as well. And also, I've put on the last point here, it's easier to find inspiration. So studies show that working from home with an ergonomic setup and a comfortable space gives the feeling of having more control over someone's life, so leading to enjoying work a lot more. It's important to set up your home office the way that you like and that inspires you. Maybe put a couple of pictures up, or tidy your desk. Maybe put a calendar or maybe some plants to relax you and put you in that creative space. And maybe try and go for walks either before work, during lunch, or after. And that's going to help you relax as well and feel more positive about working from home. So we're now going to take a look at one of BTC Software's solutions. Now, this is the solution suite Lite. It encumbers the full functionality of our solution suite Professional, which is our top product, but it's really scaled back actually on the amount of filing that you can do, which we'll look at in the next couple of slides. So what's involved in the solution suite Lite is your tax submission. So that's going to include corporation tax, individual and partnership tax returns. We're going to take a look at the year-end accounts production as well. The types of things that we're talking about is importing a trial balance via the APIs, importing via spreadsheets can be done within our software. You've got a kind of a mini bookkeeping package in there as well for incomplete records. And we've got full integration with the tax modules as well. So it's one suite, it's all under one roof, and everything is integrated. Company's house filing is included within the solution suite Lite as well, so whether that's full, filleted or abbreviated accounts. And then you've got practice management as well, which is becoming more and more important. Even if you're a small practice, a micro practice, a one-man band, practice management is becoming more and more important, especially if it's automated. So you won't have to worry about updating spreadsheets. You're not going to have to worry about tracking things like confirmation statement dates, tax returns when other bits and pieces are due. The practice management solution is going to do that for you. So you've got loads of different things in there in terms of reports designing. So you're looking at designing covering letters for the front of your year-end accounts and tax return reports. You're looking at creating global templates for stuff like engagement letters, tax questionnaires. You've got the event and task tracking, which I've mentioned. You've got document management, so you're storing all your documents and backing them up into the software, and obviously sharing those using the client portals, the GDPR compliant portals, which we mentioned. And you've got full customization of client data fields as well. Now, the standard features with the Solution Suite Lite is one user access. So we are looking at a micro practice, a one-man band, a startup. It's fully supported, so you've got full telephone and email support. So from Monday to Friday between 9 and half 5, you've got unlimited telephone coverage, award-winning telephone coverage, and you've got email support outside of business hours as well. We've got a bespoke training package for new users. Obviously, it's important to get you set up and get you up and running with the software as smooth and as easy as possible. So bespoke training package is something that we offer to get you familiar with using the software. And then some optional features that you can add on as well if needed. You've got the company secretarial module, some cloud access as well if you want us to host the data for you, and also if you need a bridge between non-compliant bookkeeping packages, spreadsheets, then you can utilize our MTD for VAT bridging software as well. So some complementary services that come alongside the Solution Suite Lite. You've got some installation guidance. So obviously the support team can help you get up and running. That may include data migration. If you already have existing data on spreadsheets or maybe a a very small bit of software, then it might be that you move the data over. Another use of the solution suite Lite comes with larger practices who wish to trial our software alongside their existing solution, but actually want to file the returns or want to train up a new employee if they know they're going to move over to BTC Software. They would take out a subscription of the solution suite Lite, and then it might be that we move the data over from some of those larger third-party packages, so we could take across all the standing client data, for example, so all the names, the addresses, the UTRs, telephone numbers, and so on. Telephone product support, which obviously we've mentioned, and that covers email as well. Product training, designated account manager, so you will be assigned an account manager who'll handle all of your first line questions, and obviously will handle the flexible renewal terms as well. So we don't lock you down into any kind of difficult to exit contracts. There's no 60, 90-day clauses. Should you not choose to renew with BTC Software, then again the decision is completely up to you, and we're very proud of the fact we have a very high retention rate. So it's perfect, and I've mentioned a couple of these, but it's perfect for startup practices. So if you maybe work at a firm, you've worked at a large firm and you're starting your own practice, you're looking at branching out, starting up your own business, the Solution Suite Lite has everything you need. It covers all areas of the software. You'll be using the same product as someone who's got 10 people within an accountancy practice. You'll be using the exact same modules, you've got the exact same functionality. It's only restricted on the amount of filing that you can do, so you can upgrade that once you increase your client base. So it's perfect for micro practices as well, also for a solution for maybe practices that are looking to scale down. If you're selling off clients, if you're moving clients on, but you want to keep a solution for maybe family and friends, it's going to be perfect for that. And obviously as a trial to use alongside your existing software. So we find that many people struggle to vacate from some of the top software that's out there in terms of large expensive software that they maybe has a lot of functionality that they don't necessarily need. It's a bit overkill for the size of their practice, and then they can utilize a software that's cost effective but also functionality rich as well. So they would move the existing data across, they would get the training done, they would get everything set up, they would start with a smaller solution, and then they would upgrade to the full Solution Suite Professional, which is unrestricted in terms of the amount of filing that you can do when the time comes. So it gives you 10, 10, 10. So it gives you 10 corporation tax returns. It's going to give you 10 sets of year-end accounts, which does include charity accounts as well. So it's kind of unrivaled in that you would get a startup solution that covers practice management, it covers year-end accounts, tax like trust tax returns and partnership tax returns, you're not having to pay extra for those, and obviously charity accounts as well. So it really is kind of a top functionality product, but just scaled down in terms of the amount of filing that you can do, which makes it so cost effective. We've got 10 self-assessment tax returns, which could be a combination of individual, so sole trader partnership, and trust tax returns, and it's unrestricted in client numbers, which makes it perfect for a solution for larger businesses looking to use it as kind of a trial. They can put all of the client data in there. Our software support team can migrate all of their data over and copy it into the BTC software solution, but they're not having to pay for the unrestricted version. It's just restricted on the filing numbers, not actually in terms of the client numbers. So some of the integration that we do offer, the top half there is integration with bookkeeping packages. So if you are interested in or if you use any of these bookkeeping packages, it's really important that you link your practice management, your accounts and your tax software with the existing cloud-based solutions that you do use. So we're looking at Xero, Free Agent, Reckon One, Sage and QuickBooks, and the integration that we do have is you can log into your online bookkeeping package directly from within BTC software. You can pick up the trial balance, import it quickly and efficiently, and any journals or adjustments that you do make including automatically bringing in the corporation tax provision from the corporation tax return module, that can be automatically posted back to the bookkeeping package, again directly from within BTC software. And the bottom two that we've got there, which I've mentioned in terms of e-signing portals, are MyDocSafe and DocuSign. And that's going to give you GDPR compliance in terms of not having to email something where an email can be intercepted, and obviously giving you that professionalism of being able to send documents via the cloud, and obviously giving your clients the document management library or document management portals. So the pricing for the Solution Suite Lite is circa £25 a month plus VAT. So it's so cost effective. You can see that there. You're getting the functionality of a top suite of our best product, but obviously just at a fraction of the price. Now, if you haven't seen the software, if you want to try it out for yourself, I would say personally the best option to try out the software is through a one-to-one demo, and you're more than welcome to request a free one-to-one demo with sales team. So if you contact the number, I'll give you our contact details at the end there. You're also welcome to take out a free trial of the software as well. So we offer a 7-day free trial, which you're more than welcome to take out. That will give you access to the full solution suite. The only restriction is on the filing, and I would recommend that you check out our YouTube channel as well. So we've got various pre-recorded webinars that we've done with the ICAEW that are available on the YouTube, so you can check out those webinars, those joint webinars that we've done with ICAEW as well. So there we go. So that draws a conclusion to this particular BTC Software and ICAEW video. If you do have any questions, if you're interested in a one-to-one demo, if you want to take out a trial on the software, then you're more than welcome to contact the new business sales team. So you've got Tom, Tim and myself there looking very ginger on a golf course on the telephone number provided, or directly at sales@btcsoftware.co.uk, and we can pick up any questions that you do have, or book you a one-to-one demo. So thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy this. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and hopefully we'll hear from you very soon. Thank you very much.